everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sophie, and this channel is chronicling my journey to get my life back after having been diagnosed with some chronic health conditions. Today, I just wanted to go over what I did on the cruise and just some housekeeping stuff. Obviously, I am now home. I did not record while I was on the cruise because I was just too exhausted, and the Wi-Fi on the cruise wasn't all that great when a lot of people were using it. And since the last day, Saturday, was a C day, everyone was using it, so it wasn't all that reliable. And when I got home yesterday on Sunday, I was just too exhausted. There was just no way. I'm probably not going to include pictures in this video. I may do another video maybe like in a week or so, or I'll record another one this week and schedule it to go up if I feel up to it. But right now I am definitely still recovering, definitely have some brain fog, so please bear with me. I do have notes I will be referring to. First, some housekeeping stuff. I do have videos already scheduled to go out this week on Wednesday and Saturday, so they're already uploaded, they're ready to go. Next week, on Monday the 23rd, I'm starting my new job, so there will probably not be a video on Wednesday unless I feel up to recording something this week and schedule it to go up on Wednesday. Hopefully next Saturday, what day will that be? The 28th, I will make a video talking about how my first week at work went, provided I can stay awake at work. Okay, now, cruise. So I left on the 7th, which was a Saturday. I had a very early flight. My flight left at 6:15, so I was up at like 1 or 2 a.m. to just finish getting ready and stuff. I checked in, there was no problem. I got wheelchair assistance, which was really awesome. They were above and beyond what I would expect. I walked in, I got wheelchair assistance through security, which is what I expected, and then the woman passed me off to someone to wheel me on the ship, and I was just expecting to get wheeled on the ship and sort of dropped off wherever you went in, but they actually took me to what's called the muster station, which is where you would go if there was an emergency, and then he took me up to the buffet and was actually willing to like wheel me around to get food, but I was like, no, like I'm okay, like I just want to sit here and like recover for a little while. So that was really nice, encouraging. I've never had service like that before. That was amazing. Even the wheelchair assistance and the airport early in the morning was awesome. They actually, while I was being patted down, they actually got my laptop and my liquids back in my carry-on book bag, which was really nice. That was just above and beyond. I've never had anyone do that before. So really good experiences with wheelchair service going in. And when I got on the cruise, I got something to eat and then sort of explored the areas of the ship I knew I was going to be spending a lot of time in. Took some pictures, which again, I'll try to get a video. Hopefully I'll schedule that to go up next Wednesday, so there is something, but I don't know how this week is going to go. So the first day I was just exploring the ship. The next day, the first full day on the ship, we were in Nassau in the Bahamas, and I normally do not get off the ship because I do not like that port. They are very pushy, and there were actually 6 ships in port, which is very unusual, or it is for me. I haven't been there in a while, and they actually built a whole new pier, which if I make a video, or when I make a video, I will explain everything in more detail because it won't make sense right now. But I did get off and walked to an area that I thought was going to give me a good photo opportunity to get most of the ships that were in port. As it was, there was actually construction happening right in the middle of my photo, which was annoying because it was quite a long walk. So that was a bummer. I did get the photo, so you guys will see that eventually when I get the video, but so then I just walked back to the ship and took a nap. The next day we were at Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's private island. And again, I got off the ship primarily just to get a picture of the ship because it is so large. And after that, because again, it was quite a walk, I just sort of laid on the beach for a while in a chair and just sort of chilled and relaxed until I felt I was able to make the walk back to the ship. And they did have little buggies you could use, but the line for the buggy was quite long and standing is more difficult than walking, so I just walked back. The next day was a sea day. I basically did nothing except relax and sleep. I was getting in the hot tub basically every morning. That was a little iffy. I'd be fine for a while I was in it, and then when I would go to get out, as soon as I got out, I would get super lightheaded and have to chug water and sit on the side of the hot tub for a while until I knew I was safe to walk. But that's pretty status quo. I know it's going to happen. I know what to do. So there was that. The first time I was in the hot tub, I wasn't aware that there was like a shelf next to it where I could put my oxygen, so I was in it without the oxygen, and that did not go well. I quickly, once I realized there was a shelf, I got out and got the oxygen, and that was much better. Yes. Then the next day we were in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and again I got off the ship and I walked to a fort that had a really nice overview of the ships that were in port, and just the size difference of the ship I was on is quite incredible. Again, sorry I'm not doing photos right now. I'm really exhausted. I just wanted to get this up because I missed Saturday. But yeah, I walked to the fort. I knew there was another ship coming in. I could see it, but I also knew it was going to be another hour, and I didn't feel like it was worth just waiting around at the fort for an hour to get another photo of yet another ship next to the ship I was on, so I made my way back. And unfortunately, I stopped to look at some shops and whatnot, and by the time I got back, the ship that was coming in was docking, which is a rather lengthy procedure because they have to maneuver between a dock and another ship, so it takes some time. And they were not letting anyone on the pier while the ship was docking. So by the time the ship was docked, there were hundreds of people waiting to get back on the ship. So I waited a little while, but the line to get on was still quite long. So it was probably an hour past when I was expecting to get back on the ship when I finally got on the ship. So I was really exhausted and all I wanted to do was eat. So I ate, then I ate again, and then I basically just went to bed because I'd been up all day out in the sun. I was really tired. So yeah, I went to bed super early that day, like at 8 o'clock or something. The next day, we were at a port called Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. I'd never been there before. I got off the ship, just walked around, looked at some of the shops that were at the port, and laid on a beach chair next to some like outdoor bar food area for a while. Then it looked like it was going to rain, so I made my way back to the ship, where it did eventually rain, so I'm glad I went back when I did. And slept. Then we went to Labadee in Haiti, which is another Royal Caribbean section of Haiti that they are leasing. I did not get off the ship. I spent a lot of time just sleeping, and the weather wasn't great there either. We had quite a downpour that lasted for a little while. The last day was a sea day, and I really didn't do anything because by this point I'm completely exhausted. As I'm sure you can tell right now, I'm just not fully with it. I am still very tired. I woke up at like 5 a.m. Since I start work in a week, I am trying to get on some sort of a schedule, so I will see how long I can stay up today. But during the cruise, I was sleeping like 10 or so hours a day. Normally, I was napping. Oh, sorry, guys. I did get back on the carousel to see if it was the meds that was making me lightheaded and nauseous, or if it was the carousel. And it was definitely the carousel, but if I didn't move my head, like if I just left my head straight, I was fine. But if I like moved it and looked around as I was moving, I was not fine. That's when I would get lightheaded and dizzy. So I guess that's good to know. I also took my glucometer with me and would check it periodically after eating like a lot of carbs or I had some cotton candy, and my blood sugar was actually fine on the cruise, probably because of all the walking I was doing. So that's something I will keep in mind and maybe try to do some exercise biking after I eat, since it did seem to really regulate my glucose well. With that, I'm going to end it. Again, I apologize, there are no pictures in this one, just sort of an explanation of what I did. I will go into more detail when I get the video with pictures. This is just more of an overview and just getting a video out so you guys know that I'm home. And yeah, I start work a week from today on the 23rd. So you guys will see videos I recorded before the cruise on Wednesday and Saturday, and hopefully next Wednesday will be pictures from the cruise. But I'm gonna end it here and try to wake up or take a nap or do something. Until next time, bye guys.